When I come out here, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying myself, listening to music, getting fresh air, getting a walk. I had my workout this morning. And as I'm walking up, and let me show you, I was way, way back there to where the disappearing point is. And I saw that there was a person. I couldn't tell if it was male or female at first, but I know that there's a man that lives here. I saw that there was a person that was looking, but usually, people look when you're walking. So I saw, but they continued to look. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Sometimes people are gauging when to speak so that when you walk past, they can speak, just out of, sometimes it's just nice to speak to people. So I get closer, and then it looks like it's a lady. I don't know. I can't tell. So I keep going because I'm enjoying myself. I'm listening to LL Cool J, I Need Love, and y'all know that's my jam. And as I get closer, the person's like shaking their head. And I'm like, okay, but I'm trying to stay engaged in my moment, listening to my LL Cool J because I'm vibing. It feels good. It feels wonderful. I had my workout this morning. The air is crisp and nice. I have my little, cart for my toilet paper. I'm happy. And so then I notice as I get, like I said, they first started the staring when I was way down where the vanishing point is, where you can't see no more. But then when I get right here to this mailbox, which is right, like, not the one closest, but the one after that, it's like a little bit after, I noticed that the person kind of huffed and puffed and walked off. And I'm just like, it's one thing to check your things and mind your business and do your thing, but it's another thing to pointedly stare someone down to the point that they get right up on you, or not up on you, but to the point where they're actually within visual sight where you can see, and then huff and puff and walk off like I did something. Now, the feeling, the way that that made me feel, let's talk about it. It made me feel like they were saying, oh, what is she still doing here? I live here. I've lived here for 4 years. And it's disappointing to me because obviously there's a lot going on that I don't know about. And now we can continue on our walk. And it's a house where the Christmas tree light usually is. So I don't get it, because I'm just, doing my thing. Obviously, like I said, in my life always there's things going on that I have no idea about. There's conversations that are being had, things that are being said, and usually they're not nice. And I just don't know about it until somebody else usually brings it to my attention. And usually in my past life before legal, people wouldn't do that, in my face where I could see it. But after legal, because my whole spirit and energy changed, people do do it in my face and make sure that I see it and aware of it. And I think that's why that person waited till I was close enough within eyesight, to walk off and, grimace or shake their head or whatever they did, right? So, like I said, there's probably conversations and things going on that I have no idea about. The other portion of this, taking it back, another situation with somebody all being beside of me. Now, that guy in that Christmas tree house, when I first came, I guess he was like 4 years ago. I think he was filling me out. And then when he found out that, I didn't own at the time, he was just like, it was kind of a blow off type thing. And then there was a new young guy that moved across the street, and he was kind of, I don't know how to say it. He was kind of, I don't know how to say it. He was kind of belittling me without belittling me, but with belittling me. It's the kind of thing they call a microaggression, but I was like, okay, that's fine. So, but that was 4 years ago. But after that, he would make it a point to speak whenever I walked past, right? So then rewind back, just weird, like I said, always, but then rewind back a couple of weeks. Remember the day I had to walk to go get my tampons because I needed to, like I'm walking to go get my toilet paper because I needed to. Again, that guy that I caught, that was just like, I wasn't paying attention to any of those people. I was there. I was on a mission to get my tampons. I was on a mission to, celebrate myself because I did some good work over the past week, And so I treated myself to a little buffet, and next thing I know, I'm awkward. Like I said, I almost knocked the table down, and then I wasn't paying attention to them. I didn't even know they were there until I heard the guy's tone of voice when he says, "We're going to take it to go," and I'm like, so I had to look at that point. And when I looked, the man was angry. He was angry as the same vibe that this guy just gave off, and I don't know where it's coming from. But he was angry as if to say, "What is she doing here? Why are those type of people letting here?" Man, I live on your street, and not only that, when I moved here, you were at my house trying to get some, and I was just like, "No." You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's talking about some, oh, we can do what adults do. I'm like, sir, don't ever come back here again. And then the young lady he was with, again, heads were turned and whatever. I couldn't see. I don't think she actively participated in it. Or if she did it in the gracious young lady style. But, I don't know. It could have been a child. Who knows what the man had. Maybe he had nothing to do with me. Maybe he was with a very young person and he didn't want to be seen because he was with a very young person. So he turned around on me. I don't know. There was no reason to be rude and disrespectful to me because, I'm not going to speak to you because I never spoke to you. And, I didn't appreciate that interaction that we had when you were there, So, it was no need of huff and puff. I had nothing to say. And I vlog and all my vlogs are public. So, and very rarely do I talk about anyone else unless it's a situation where it's infringing upon my personal person, my personal space. Other than that, I'm on my business for the most part. But like I said, I'm not perfect because I was thinking about when I was taking the ride share and I would wait for the ride share and I noticed that I was noticing things around me and expressing my opinion on it. So, to each his own. But it's really weird. And then prior to that, being at that Korean beauty supply store where they didn't have what I wanted and the lady attacked me. The Korean lady attacked me. So those are things that are really, like, to me, devastating. One of the reasons that it's devastating because I live on that street. That's where I live, And in my mind, I think anybody that hasn't done me harm that I know about or has been disrespectful that I know about, I think of them as neighbors. It means that, you don't like me personally. Personally, you don't have anything to say to me. But if you see something bad, really bad happening to me, that, that you would be concerned. But no, these people are actually doing the bad things. Like I said, that man at the store, I don't know these people like that, I've had an interaction where I knew that, the character is unsavory. And I was like, okay, but I know that I would never have nothing bad to say and I always look for the good. But that's concerning to me. And then also yesterday morning, I did my workout at 6 a.m. And when I came out to do my workout, I'm not paying attention to those Spanish people next door. Had our discussion, they know what I want and what I don't want. And, it's up to them whether they decide to respect it or not, pretty much. That's where the cards fall. But I was outside exercising. That man came out and I could feel his presence or energy. And he wanted me to feel it and he wanted me to look at him and acknowledge him, but I didn't. I kept doing what I was doing. What is going on? Like, what is really going on with folks? So I don't know. Things are weird. They're probably going to get weirder because there's opportunity for people to be influenced not only by social media, by things they see in the news, but also be influenced with other things technologically implanted, if you know what I mean. So, I just wanted to express it because I didn't want to, but I knew that I would carry that negative feeling with me for the rest of the day if I didn't address it. That I did walk past, I was minding my business, enjoying myself, listening to my jam, LL Cool J, I Need Love. And then, like I said, it's pointed. It's like these people want me to know that they are looking at me and they have thoughts. Look at this. Hi, how you doing? The person was just looking at me, but they weren't being mean. But it just so happened to be the same moment that I was talking about this. But, and they want me to know that they have thoughts, regarding me. And they feel that it's really strong, Like I said, I'm in my world and I always give the benefit of the doubt that perhaps, it's because sometimes it is something that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Like I said, at that restaurant, perhaps the guy was with some young girl. They're doing that these days, and knew that I lived there. And then perhaps if I saw that, I would have something to say. I would have something to say if I saw that, definitely. But other than that, it's not my business. I don't care, And it was on a Sunday. I just came back from church. Or he just came back from church. And I think, I don't know, but the reason, just to close this out, because I'm going to get back to enjoying my walk in my day. But the reason that the reason that I felt it necessary to share this because I knew, normally I like to just keep moving and not even really think about it too hard because I want to enjoy my day. And the things that you allow your mind to be impacted with can set the standard. But if you allow somebody in the seeds, like I said, planting seeds, if you allow someone to plant that seed of negativity inside of you, it doesn't, and you don't, just because you don't address it, it doesn't mean that that seed wasn't dropped. It was dropped and was placed into my soul intentionally for me to see it and for me to feel it. You know what I'm saying? And so, I couldn't ignore it and continue on my day. But in the back of my mind, that seed has been dropped. I know that seed is there. And so I think the best way to manage it, and I'm learning as I go along. I'm 47, but I still, I didn't grow up with that particularly in a way that was that harsh where I could see it, But but I have to address it within myself. I have to pull that weed out because whether I engage with that seed that was dropped or acknowledge it right then and there, somebody still dropped that seed of poison, of ill will, and I have to stop and hey, this seed was dropped and now let me uproot it because it doesn't have a place in the garden of my heart and soul. So that's it. But anyways, I'm going to continue on. Love you. Bye.